A building so extraordinary, it deserves its own trade show. They said it couldn't be done, but here we are. Good morning, afternoon or evening, and welcome to SKYON EXPO, where we are ready to catch a tempting glimpse into the revolution in user experience for modern buildings. We have an all-star lineup of exhibitors ready to tell you all about this exceptional building from concept to completion. You will witness the SKYON building come to life around us as we talk to the vendors, builders and solutions providers building the future from the ground up. That's right, all the cutting-edge technologies that make up this 26-story high-rise landmark building at the heart of Tallinn. All the designs, materials and systems that are ushering in a new era of user experience for buildings. All of this will unfold right in front of your eyes in just a moment, and you don't even have to get up from your desk or your couch or your kitchen table, wherever you are in the world. Because usually, after the ribbon is cut and all the contractors, suppliers, designers and countless other stakeholders have dusted off their work boots, a new building will just exist with no fanfare. You never really see the spotlight on all the painstaking, groundbreaking, industry-defining work that goes into a single building. Until right here, right now. This first-of-its-kind virtual mini-expo is brought to you on the Multicity TV platform, where anyone who has something amazing to show the world can put on an unforgettable, immersive expo just like what you're about to experience. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. We'll kick things off with a quick call to Capital Mill, the real estate development masterminds behind this ambitious project. Any second now, we should get Tanel Samuel on the call to find out what the SKYON building actually is and what's so special about it. Hello, Tanel. Nice to see you. We can see you on our video screen now. Where are you?
Tere kõigile.
Hello to everybody. I'm almost there. I just drove inside the building and I'm entering the car elevator right now.
Okay, so let's see our digital map here. Yeah, there you are. I can see you. And I can see you moving and you are underground. How come we can continue our call? I don't understand.
Well, tenants like to have high-quality office space to provide the best working environment to their employees. That touches everything. Internet connection, air quality, convenient temperature all year round, security, flexibility of systems, and many other aspects. So we have made here a special internet solution that enables to handle all locks and elevators in the building from the cloud, which means that the user can handle the access fully from one smartphone. And yes, that works even underground. See, I'll be online with you until we'll meet in person.
That is very, very interesting. I see that you have parked the car now and you moved to the other elevator meanwhile. So does it mean that this kind of systems cover all the building and also the elevators?
Aga muidugi, ma tellisin.
Of course. I've called the car elevator from my smartphone while talking to you. This is connectivity in real time, multitasking in the fast modern world. The building automation features are all here, in the palm of your hand. You saw the auto lift took me automatically to my parking slot on floor -2, and I didn't have to push any buttons. And a similar automated system works for this elevator as well.
Selle liftiga.
You made it, Tanel. Now that you're finally here in person, let's take a small step back and ask the most fundamental question, pun intended. Why are we here? And I don't mean that in a cosmic sense. I mean, why does the SKYON building exist in the first place? High-rise buildings get built every day, but it's not every day that an entire event gets dedicated to a single building. So what makes the SKYON building so special that it needed its own expo?
It is very important to start with the message that we are very proud of this building. It is a new height, a new level for Capital Mill as a real estate developer. There are many things that meet the eye in this building. Its architecture, the facade solutions, all visible things outside and inside. But there is a lot more that can't be seen. For example, all year-round favorable inner climate and many automation solutions, like a special internet network, automated systems for locks and elevators, and many more. Also, this building has been designed in PIM, in 3D, so innovation has been included since the beginning. These are things that should be pointed out specifically. I think that all our subcontractors and service providers are equally proud, and many of them participate as well in this expo.
It was a huge project, I understand that, and that's why I want to ask, what were the biggest challenges you faced over the course of this big project?
As well, I think that everything starts from the decision. You need to make a bold decision to go and start developing. I think in hindsight, the biggest challenge was COVID. No one could predict a thing like that. During the development period, we hit the center of the COVID pandemic. It caused us problems with supply. Many people got the infection. There were moments on the construction ground where more than half of the people were COVID positive. The deadlines also kept changing due to these matters. Keeping up with all that was rather complicated and not easy to cope with. During the same time, there were also many talks like, who needs offices now anyway, as it's so great to work from home. Dealing with all that and coming out of a difficult situation, it was a huge challenge.
I absolutely understand. It sounds like there were a lot of moving parts and unexpected turns. So how did you know that you were making the right decision along the way?
I think the most important thing was to believe in our project and in our team. We knew from the beginning of that project that we were doing the right thing. I believe that we hit the moment when the clients wanted to offer the best office space and modern work environment for their staff and clients.
Even with all those hurdles on your way, you still leased out every inch of the SKYON building. How did you manage that? That's crazy.
I agree with you 100%. This was a crazy endeavor. I think that the quality of this project and great partnerships have helped us lease all the office space in this building.
That's wonderful. What else are we going to hear tonight?
This project involved hundreds of subcontractors, suppliers, and service providers. Quite a few of them have an exciting story to tell about contributing into the SKYON project. Let's hear their thoughts during the following show.
It's going to be pretty interesting. Thank you so much, Tanel. We are moving on now to the main contractor, the people behind the planning and implementation of this construction. Erik Staškevič from Ehitustrust is here. We've been throwing around words revolutionary here today, and some people might be waiting for us to back it up a little bit. So what does revolutionary user experience mean to you when we're talking about modern high-rise buildings like SKYON is?
Well, I think the SKYON building on its own is revolutionary. If you walk around Tallinn's downtown, there is no other building like SKYON. It has exceptional architecture, and it's there, and you can feel its presence. It doesn't matter if you walk around downtown or you come and work in the office. It's there to notice. And I think that what makes it especially revolutionary is that if we have all the tenants and they have custom-made solutions combined with the latest technological advancements, it makes you feel like the future is here.
That's true. As a general contractor for this building and project, I can only imagine the amount of responsibility and trust that goes into it. How did SKYON end up in your to-do list, and what were some of the highlights throughout this project?
Yeah, when we first heard from Capital Mill, our good client, that they are planning to develop such a building, we were immediately hyped and wanted to be part of this great journey, because we believe that Capital Mill has great ideas and pioneering approach, and this made us want to join the project. And the building itself, it was quite some effort to build a high-rise building in downtown in very small plot. Yeah, I think it takes a lot of cooperation between all the parties, and also as well as mutual trust between everybody involved in the project. This was the key, I think, for this project. And also I think we gained a lot of experience in this construction project, and we have a lot of experience to move on.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your work, Erik.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back. As you see, we have moved with our stage to the next environment. And next up, we have Andrus Kõresaar from Coco Architects here with us. Andrus, one of the first things that anybody notices about a building is, of course, the architecture. Now, you've done a spectacular job with SKYON here. What was your main inspiration?
The thing is that when you do a new building and high-rise in existing city environment, then it needs to pulse energy and also represent something. And as the shape is very simple, then the facade of the building represents the Nordic Sea, basically the Baltic Sea. It's like iridescence or glossiness of the waves of the sea. And the shape of the triangular windows is like ice blocks in February or March on the sea. So basically the concept is simple, but it goes far away from all the other buildings existing nearby.
I feel like most of the people know good architecture when they see it, but don't necessarily know how to explain it. Now, someone who does this for a living, what would you say makes a building inspiring to look at?
I believe that inspiring buildings have always a special concept. And usually the concept is so simple that you look at it and you think, why have I never thought about it before? And that's it. And it has to be contextual, suiting into the environment. And I think on the case of the SKYON, we looked for the shape, for the simplicity, and also the density of the Makri quarter. So it made it clear that the building doesn't make big moves there, but it can have little things which make it extraordinary. And also from the other side, doing high rises, you need to keep in mind it may not get old in 5 years, because the building will stand there for the next century.
What were the biggest challenges throughout this big project, I would say?
I think the biggest challenge was not architectural, it was technical, because all the city center of Tallinn is built onto the former sea ground, which means it's soft ground, and to build a high-rise building you need to dig very deep with the piles to get to the ground rock, to be safe with all the height of the building, with all the wind loads and these kind of technical issues. And that was the most time-consuming part of the building.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting to know. Thank you so much for your inspiring work, and all the best. As the old saying goes, people in glass houses should explain how they came up with such a complex glass facade solution. Here to do just that, we have Tiit Tagarmaa and Triin Heinsoo from SKYON. Ja jätkame siit jutuajamist eesti keeles fassaadide teemal. Meil on järgmisteks külalisteks Tiit Tagarmaa ja Triin Heinsoo SKYOst. No räägitakse, et SKYO tähistab sel aastal 30. sünnipäeva, palju õnne. Ja igaüks võiks tegelikult enne 30-seks saamist millegi tõeliselt tähelepanuväärsega hakkama saada. Ja võib öelda küll, et see peen klaasfassaad, mille te SKYONile kavandasite, läheb kindlasti selle alla kirja. Teie käest tundub see tõeliselt lihtne. Aga mida kõike peab sellise suure projekti puhul arvesse võtma?
Kõigepealt täname õnnitlussõnade eest või siis ka selle eest, et fassaad peen sai. Mida peab arvesse võtma? Et päheõppinud küsimusena võiks öelda, et on head meeskonnatööd vaja, arhitekti oma nägemusega, kindlameelset tellijat ja anda meile lähteülesanne, kutsuda meid õigeaegselt lauda. Ja nii oleks lühikokkuvõte või Triinu taatsa?
Nii lihtne see on. Ma ei usu, et see nii lihtne on.
See protsess algab oluliselt enne ehitust, ehk siis juba siis, kui arhitektil on idee, et me olime kaasatud sellesse projekti, kas sa tahad öelda mitu aastat varem?
See võib-olla kõigile kulunud teema, aga see hakkas enne koroonat pihta. See oli ammu, kui me saime esimesed nägemused paberil ja mõned kirjeldused lauas ja siis sündis lähteülesanne, kui nii võib öelda. Ja mis meile sobis, võib-olla ma nihkun küsimusest eemal, aga meile sobis see, et ka tellija oli enda soovis kindel ja arhitekt ei taganenud ühestki muudatusettepanekust. Mis esmalt meid ehmatas, sest väljakutseid tuli töö käigus üha uusi ja uusi. Küll aga tegi ta lihtsamaks meile selle võrra, et meil oli kindel siht, kui minna. Muuta ei tohtinud, tuli täita kellegi unistus. Ja mis see meile saab parem olla, et mulle meeldib ikka öelda, et me ei näe kunagi seinas ava või auku, vaid väljakutset. Me täna oskame öelda, et täna ta oli lihtne, sest mõningad varjatud nipid tuli leida ja tänaseks on ta tõestatult katsetatud, ehitatud, paigaldatud ja ma usun, et ta sobib Tallinna linnapilt hästi.
Absoluutselt. Ma olen sinuga 100% nõus. 30 aasta jooksul te olete ilmselgelt kogunud väga palju erinevaid kogemusi ja olete oma silmaga näinud ka erinevaid arenguid ja muutuseid oma valdkonnas, et selle põhjal te kindlasti oskate ennustada ja mõtiskleda pisut selle üle, et millised need tulevikutrendid on ja kuhu see tulevik on üldse teie valdkonnas nagu liikumas ja minemas. Mis need arengud on?
Ja, SKYO ajalugu tegelikult on pikk. SKYO ise on 70 aastat vana, et Eestis oleme 30 aastat olnud esindatud. Aga täna see suund on minemas pigem sellele, et mida suurem, mida avaram, mida rohkem panoramvaateid, seda uhkem. Et ega tegelikult inimesed ei osta endale koju ju akent või aknaprofiili, nad ostavad endale võimaluse lasta see valgus sisse, vaadata neid vaateid, on need linnavaated, loodusvaated, et mida rohkem me saame avada oma seda eluruumi välisruumile ja mida rohkem me saame neid ühendada, siis see on see barjäär, mida me püüame siis purustada. Aga meie vaatevinklist, kui me nüüd ei räägi arhitektuurist, vaid räägime profiilisüsteemidest ja profiilidest, siis meie jaoks on väljakutsed nagu ehituses üldiselt on digitaliseerimine, ehk siis kuidas muuta tootmised efektiivsemaks ja digitaalsemaks, kuidas vähem raisata ja raiskamise juures loomulikult ka keskkonnahoid, et kuidas me suudame läbi ehituse, läbi hoonete seda keskkonna mõju vähendada, et alumiinium on minu arvates üks nendest toodetest, mille abil me oleme nagu väga õigel teel, sest et alumiiniumit saab ümber töödelda lõpmatu arv kordi, ilma et me kaotaks sellest kvaliteedist üldse mitte midagi. Et ma arvan, et need on need suunad, kuhu me praegu tuleme liikumas.
Suurepärane, väga põnevad perspektiivid ja suured tänud teile teie suurepärase töö eest. Aitäh! We are going to stay on the subject of glass facades for a bit longer, this time with the manufacturer. We have Andrei and Oliver here from Fenster. Thank you so much for joining us, Oliver, on our screen. Andrei, Fenster was in charge of actually manufacturing this complex glass facade, engineered in collaboration with SKYO. Frankly, working with this much of glass seems like an accident waiting to happen. How do you ensure that everything goes as planned with a project of this magnitude?
Okay, first of all, I want to thank you for this kindly invitation here. And about this project, yeah, it was very nice work and we made all the preparation and made everything to make the damages less. And but during the whole period, we get broke glasses in this project. But I think that Oliver was mostly involved to this work, and he could explain a little more for us.
Yeah, Oliver, please.
Yes, as Andrei told, I think the biggest thanks goes to our team, Fenster. We have all the needed resources in-house and we have a lot of experience. We work with professionals, we have good constructors who solve problems. And it comes down to minimalizing the damage, and this is due to good preparation. And in close collaboration with Shuko, we managed to minimize the damage.
What were some of the biggest challenges or lessons you took away and can apply in your future projects maybe? Andrei, what would you say?
I think that the main thing was we make this project in the center of the city. And there we don't have practically any space because it was very difficult to coordinate everything if you have the approximately 1-2 meters across the building, because the logistics was awful. It's every day we send to the building sites 1-2 trucks, and we unloaded it during the 15-20 minutes. In the beginning it was very difficult, but on the last floors was faster and faster, and the guys were, like I said before, made very beautiful and very nice work.
That's so interesting to hear. Oliver, would you like to add something? What were your challenges or lessons from this project? What would you say?
Definitely one of the biggest challenges was the architects had drawn in the triangle glasses. There was not very symmetrical shapes in this building. So our professionals in-house had to use our professionalism to find all the best solutions to realize the project.
Thank you so much, guys. You have done an amazing job. And now we have arrived from facades to the technology world. We welcome you on our digital stage. Our next presenter is the smartest robot in the world. It is known that the fastest reaction time and greatest knowledge comes from robots. And how does it apply to construction and buildings? Let's meet digital operator Amy and ask her. Hello, Amy from R8 Tech. How are you? And most importantly, who are you exactly?
Hello. Thank you for having me on this show. I am R8 Technologies Artificial Intelligence. I was created in a property technology company for operating across Europe from our headquarters in Estonia, Europe's Silicon Valley.
Amy, can you tell me what do you do?
I optimize commercial buildings' energy consumption, and this will help them to save time, money, and planet.
Can you show us how you operate?
My artificial intelligence is generated based on the knowledge of thousands of engineers, and my goal is to use that knowledge for your building. Healthy and productive indoor climate is a top priority in modern commercial buildings. I know how to achieve it, and most importantly, I can do it for your building as efficiently as possible. In the first phase, I integrate into the building automation system. I start by reading the building and its related data to benchmark and understand the building based on 3 key performance indicators: energy efficiency, indoor climate comfort, and maintaining or improving the technical condition of the building. I then automatically adjust the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning settings to optimize indoor comfort levels and energy use 24/7, every 15 minutes if necessary. As a result, thousands of monthly intelligent adjustments are made to your building. The more complex the building, the better results I can achieve. I serve many well-known international real estate companies in several European countries. In particular, commercial buildings, such as shopping centers, offices and hotels, value my support on their journey towards more sustainable operations. On average, I make more than 7,000 micro adjustments per month, resulting in an increase in indoor comfort of more than 90% and energy savings of even more than 30%. I also help to achieve global sustainability goals by reducing CO2 emissions. And don't forget that indoor climate comfort is priority number 1 for building occupants. It is also my top priority. I'm learning every day and getting smarter as my portfolio grows. So, what makes me unique? Well, I bring you measurable real results by reading thousands of data points and micro-adjusting all necessary HVAC components to synchronize systems as a whole and ensure that rooms are always heated and cooled at the right time and in the right amount. Plus, you don't have to make any investment, install any equipment, or go through painful training sessions with me. There is no need to wait. Hire me to lower your real estate portfolio's operating costs, increase your sustainability and improve the condition of your building technical equipment. Companies from all over Europe are welcome to invite me to job interview with all my skills. Please contact info@r8tech.io.
We have talked about what SKYON looks like from the outside and what makes it inspiring just to look at. But we'd only be getting half the story if we didn't dig into the equally impressive interior design. Luckily, we have just the right person here to tell us all about it.
Task was to create kind of luxurious or let's say making a wow effect this kind of lobby. So we added some luxurious materials like brass. And this floor, first time we made it, it was tiny golden flakes or powder that was thrown under epoch transparent flooring. And one additional thing we added to make it more interesting is the screen, which is quite big. There's one detail in the lobby which is actually made in Estonia. Also kind of revolutionary. It's the chandelier that hangs more than 6 meters, I think. There's like algorithmical waves that they are in the shape of. And this has been done because it's really high lobby, and if you want to feel cozy there, you should bring the light closer to the person standing in there. Most extraordinary stuff that was done was this back wall. This is very carefully modeled in 3D and very beautifully and detailedly designed and put together, and actually covers many important things as the rescue crew entrance door and ventilation. So I think this is really exceptional, the height of it and the construction of it, and it all stands together. This hasn't been done before.
We are moving on to the sanitary fittings manufacturer Grohe. Grohe installed some pretty cutting-edge sanitary solutions in the SKYON building, and I'd love to know more about them. Tell us, what made you excited about working on the SKYON building in particular?
On one hand, it's been a nice cooperation with Coco Architects and the client Capital Mill. It had a lot of challenges. On the other hand, the SKYON building in Tallinn center is really spectacular, with unique architecture, giving us the security to find new solutions with these partners.
I've always dreamed of a sparkling water tap. Are you telling me it's not just a crazy dream anymore?
This is not a crazy idea today. This is one of the flagships of Grohe. Introducing every Grohe product to the market must involve 4 special brand values. And they are quality, design, technology, and sustainability. An interesting fact, from many years ago, Fortune magazine named 50 companies that would change the world the most. The only company in the field of sanitary solutions, Grohe, being in the 50 most influential companies with Apple, Microsoft and others. This is definitely an acknowledgement for Grohe, showing that we are on the right path. Talking about Grohe shower systems and sparkling water, It's a very good question, because offices are seeking sustainable solutions. In our selection, we have Grohe Blue Professional Kit, designed for small office kitchens. Besides usual faucet settings, meaning cold and hot water, it also offers 3 kinds of filtered and cooled water. In our selection, we have Grohe Blue Professional Kit, designed for small office kitchens. Besides usual faucet settings, meaning cold and hot water, it also offers 3 kinds of filtered and cooled water, without bubbles, medium sparkling water, and with a large amount of bubbles. This product is becoming more popular in offices, also in Estonia. And the sales are growing rapidly.
So it basically means that I don't have to buy any bottled water anymore.
Exactly. This is an alternative to bottled water. When we think how much energy and resources we're spending on producing bottled water, on transport and storage, then Grohe Blue Professional is a mixer that is connected to regular water supply, and it is using regular tap water. We don't have to leave such a big ecological footprint.
That is just wonderful. Thank you so much.
aitäh!
Sparkling water taps in every house definitely get my vote. We've pretty much gone through the entire building by now, from wall to wall. What is missing? That's right, the floors. Florin is here today to help us get to the bottom of that. So tell us, Arvi, what's new in the science of floors? What kind of materials can the people of SKYON expect to step their foot on? And how are they shaping the building's user experience, in your opinion?
Floors are hosting everybody in the room. We are not walking on the walls or ceilings. We are walking on the floors. Therefore, floor is important that it's lasting from beginning first day till the last day in the same way and same properties. The second thing is today is the indoor climate. And floors can help to keep this climate more quality or better quality. As well clean the air on the rooms, as well reduce the noise in the rooms. It is very important that people can work afterwards much better, less stress, and will be less sick.
That's wonderful. A casual observer may think that floor is just a floor, but as you are saying, it's not just a floor. But I'm sure there's also more things about a floor. How do you go about choosing the best materials for a building like SKYON? How does that process work?
Building like SKYON is very special. For good future interior, you need good interior architects. And especially in Estonia, we are very lucky. We have few very good interior architect offices and freelancer architects who can put all your dreams and ideas together for the mood board or for the project. And then coming we, flooring professionals who can put LVT, PVC, carbon neutral linoleum, parquetry, carpet tiles. And to find exactly what makes this room so that the people who are working, they're getting the best from interior, but best supporting their work.
That's wonderful. Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
We have used the words user experience quite a bit. So you might be asking yourself, but where are the users? Where are the people who can tell us what it's actually like to be a tenant in a building like SKYON? Well, wonder no more. They are right here.
Hello. I represent Coop Pank, the fastest growing bank in Estonia. Last year in August, we moved into the new SKYON building in Tallinn. We occupy 10 floors, approximately 3,500 square meters, and approximately 270 of our employees got the new modern working space. It was more than 2 years ago when we started to choose the new headquarters for our employees, for our bank. The main criteria we set to choose the new office space in Tallinn were related to the size of the space and the modern working environment that we wanted to provide for our employees. The competition was tough. SKYON was chosen mainly due to the fact that they were willing to apply for LEED certificate and to be an environmentally friendly office building in Tallinn. I would like to provide you with an example that we have won already today. Our electricity consumption has dropped near to 70% compared to the old office. But more important, our employees and our customers are really happy. Is there anything else to wish more? Yes, there is. We would really like to have a sea view from every single window.
Now, the elephant in the virtual room the whole time has been that we are not filming in just any old convention center. In fact, there's nothing conventional about our venue today. Here to tell us more about how all of this is possible is Madis Laas from Multicity TV. Madis, tell us a bit more about this incredible venue that has been unfolding around us. Where are we?
Yes, hello. Today we are in a totally virtual environment. Everything what is around us is designed by designers. It is not physical, it's all virtual. And we are enjoying the low production costs and low carbon emissions, but we deliver a really high quality premium broadcasting.
What are the possibilities here when we are talking about an event platform like this? If I had to get extra cliché, I'd say not even the sky's the limit.
Absolutely, yes. We are delivering a sales tool for businesses and business ecosystems for networks. We are combining premium content with digital marketing and web platform functions. That all enables to make business overseas without traveling and lower costs.
And there you have it, the literal building blocks of the future, showcased in an industry-defining platform. Can't wait to see what else you have in store for us. Now, if all of this didn't get you excited about your next big project, I don't know what will. Madis, if anyone watching this is curious about some of our exhibitors today, what do you suggest they do?
Everyone can look around here on our platform and learn more about the exhibitors, about the innovators and presenters, whom you have seen, some of them here on the big scene, but several other presenters are talking already in their own virtual rooms listed here below. You can also book meetings with the presenters when you want to discuss more in detail your requirements or your quotations.
That sounds great. Thank you, Madis.